and Shabbat Shalom to those of you on our synagogue live stream. Just finishing up our setup.
Shabbat Shalom, good morning.
Shabbat Shalom. All right. So, I'm going to mute everybody on our Zoom, and you're not going to have the ability to unmute yourself. Sorry, just want to make sure that that we aren't getting too much feedback. Do we have a... No, okay. Okay.
You know what I love about the Zoom?
What's
that people can actually say Shabbat Shalom to one another,
Yes.
even when muted.
Agreed.
I see people are already beginning to chat with each other. It's great.
Yes, you should absolutely be saying Shabbat Shalom in the chat box to each other. So if you are with us, on Facebook, you could move to our Zoom call if you want, or you can stay on Facebook. If you're with us in our temple live stream, you can certainly stay there as well if you'd like.
We're just glad you're with us wherever you are.
Yeah, totally up to you how you want to join us. And hopefully Facebook will be stable for us. It was not last night, but it seems to be good right now. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Hopefully it'll stay that way. Just had a great Torah study.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
We ended the conversation with, I've been, this past week, I've been sort of fantasizing about what it will feel like when we're done with this. And I know that may be a long way off still, I'm sorry to say, but what will it feel like when we can hug each other?
Yeah.
Right? People that we don't live with again. And I asked the Torah study group, and I'll put this out to the whole congregation as well, but, I would love to create some ritual that we can do together as a community. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. I'd love to create some ritual that we can do together as a community for when this is over.
It's funny, I was thinking last night about how we would probably want to say a birkat gomel or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's really, I guess we're all beginning to taste it. It's going to be a little ways off, I fear, before we will really do that. But yeah, that would be very cool. And I hope hugging will be part of it.
Oh, I'm sure hugging will be a part of it. Maybe kisses too. Okay, well.
Good morning. Shabbat
morning.
Shalom.
It's still Shabbat, though.
It's awesome.
Coronavirus or not, Shabbat comes. So take a deep breath. If you're on the call with us, you're here, you're alive, you're thankful, I hope, for the breath inside of you, for the tents that you dwell in. Page 192, Ma Tovu.
Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael,
מה טובו, מה טובו, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, ואני ברוב חסדך אבוא ביתך, אשתחווה להיכל קודשך ביראתך. מה טובו, מה טובו, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, אדוני אהבתי מעון ביתך, ומקום משכן כבודך, משכן כבודך, ואני אשתחווה ואכרע עברך לפני אדוני עושי. מה טובו, מה טובו, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, ואני תפילתי לך אדוני את רצון, אלוהים ברוב חסדך, אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טובו, מה טובו, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו, מה טובו, מה טובו, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, משכנותיך ישראל.
So a big Shabbat Shalom to Ronnie. Let's see who else is with us on our Zoom call. Shabbat Shalom to Anne and to Deborah and to Dustin and Catherine and to Mark and Marty and Matthew and Nancy and Patricia, Shoshana and Trina. Shabbat Shalom to you all. Shabbat Shalom if you are joining us on Facebook. Hopefully that live stream. Oh, no, it's over. Interesting. Okay. We're not going to try that again. It does not seem to want to work. Hopefully I can figure that out for the future. Shabbat Shalom to those of you joining us on our Zoom call or our live stream through our temple website. We continue on page 194. Feeling our bodies, maybe move your hips a little bit, maybe roll your shoulders. Roll your shoulders. In our morning blessing session this past week, I was saying that, I hurt my shoulder a while ago, and it still hurts a little bit. And I fell on the ice back the last ice storm we had, the last snowstorm we had. I slipped and I landed on my thigh, and it still hurts. But it still works, basically. And even in the pain, and some of us I know, of course, have more or less pain, even in the pain, I'm thankful that it still works well enough, that I can lift and I can stand and I can move and I can do what I need to do to live. And so thinking of our bodies, amen. Thinking of our bodies, let's read together on page 194. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai,
רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות.
And for our souls, page 196.
לאלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי 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 נשמה שנתת בי טהורה, טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא.
All right. Let's continue. And instead of chanting through the blessings of Nasim B'chol Yom, let's read together on page 201. Page 201. Even as we live physically separated from each other, even as we do that, we can still be thinking of ways that we can reach out to each other in loving kindness, and that we can reach out to each other to sustain each other. So on the top of page 201. As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael. And we continue on page 204, our blessing for the study of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. And on page 206, again reading in the English, these are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. I hope, like me, you've been getting visitors. Have you been getting visitors at
I've
your
been
house?
Well, I got a really nice visitor yesterday who I think might have done similar for you. They dropped off some really nice sweets and
Yes,
treats.
yes.
And that really made my whole family feel so happy and so remembered.
We have some neighbors. They'll text us. They'll say, "We're about to walk past your house."
Nice.
And so we'll open our front door and from our front door and from the sidewalk we'll have a conversation.
So I did that yesterday with a friend from the synagogue, and I said, I'm going to be walking by your door. If you would like to walk 6 feet apart, let's take a walk together. And we did, and we ran into another friend.
Yeah.
And everyone stood very far apart, but it was so nice to see each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 6 feet's the minimum, though.
Right.
We should remember that 6 feet's the minimum. But I think my point was that we can still deal graciously with guests, right?
Right.
When somebody, even in this current situation, the mitzvot that are listed in Elu Devarim, we can still do most of them. We can still be gracious with our guests that come by our homes, that text us and say, "I'm walking by," or that ring our doorbell and then run back to the sidewalk so that we can have a conversation with them. We can still call. Maybe we cannot physically visit the sick, but we can still call each other when we know that we're sick. We can honor our parents, whether they are still with us in life or not. We can still honor our parents and engage in deeds of compassion. And certainly we can arrive for study morning and evening. We can continue to study and being devoted in prayer. Here we are, those of us gathering this morning. Our tradition, I don't know, imagined this kind of quarantine, but even the mitzvot that our rabbis list as some of the most important can still be accomplished, can still be done, even in our circumstances today. Page 214, we move to Pesukei de Zimra, Psalms of Praise. Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
And on the very next page, 215, I've definitely reflected on this one as well with our morning prayer group. Happy are those who dwell in your house. Who dwell in your house, they shall sing your praises forever. It's a hardship, yes, to be dwelling in our homes almost all day long, but it's better than being sick if we can avoid that.
Oh, yes.
אשרי יושבי ביתך, עוד יהללוך סלה. אשרי יושבי ביתך, עוד יהללוך סלה. אשרי, אשרי, אשרי יושבי ביתך, אשרי, אשרי, אשרי יושבי ביתך, אשרי, אשרי, אשרי יושבי ביתך, אשרי, אשרי, אשרי יושבי ביתך. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei יושבי ביתך. עוד יהללוך סלה. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They will sing your praises forever.
And speaking of singing praises, page 218. Psalm 150. Feel free to, clap your hands, or if you have a tambourine or an egg shaker or something. That's what this psalm is all about. Praising God with everything we have, with the instruments, with our voices, with our souls. Page 218, Psalm 150.
Hallelujah, bekodsho.
Hallelujah, merki auzo.
Hallelujah, bigdurota.
Hallelujah, kerogulo.
Kol hanshamate hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshamate hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, betekach shofar.
Hallelujah, beneva bechinor.
Hallelujah, betofu machol.
Hallelujah, beminin beugam.
Kol hanshamate hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshamate hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, betzil tzalei shama.
Hallelujah, betzil tzalei shua.
Kol haneshama hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, it's fun and happy music.
Yeah. And it gets you, it gets me sort of into the day nicely,
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Gets that breath moving.
Oh, yeah.
That neshama.
Yes, yes. We continue on page 224, the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba b'yamad yiverach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayetecho bet Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala u'v'zman kariv ve'imeru amen Yehi shemei rabba mevorach Le'alam olam me'amaya
Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma ve'imeru amen.
Yeah, thank you guys for the feedback on sound, right? If you're on our temple live stream through the website, the sound is much better because the sound system is connected directly to that. With the Zoom, we're using external microphones basically, and so finding exactly the right way to do it. And I now have this microphone lifted up, so hopefully the sound was even better than last night. And I turned it a little bit more towards Regina. You can, I think, still hear me, and just put it in the chat box if you can hear me well enough, at least. But hopefully now turned a little bit more towards Regina. You're picking up more of her voice, although it'll probably be hard to hear both of us as we turn towards the ark on page 226 for the Baruch Hu. If you're able, please rise.
Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. And let's continue. On page 229 at the top. In the beginning, even then a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. And we continue on the bottom of page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and light-blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke, and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, ug'shartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot ben einecha, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Yes, 237. 237 at the bottom. Life without integrity is like loosely hanging threads, easily fraying from the main cloth. While in acts of piety, we learn to understand that every instant is like a thread, raveling out of eternity to form a delicate tassel. We must not cast off the threads, but weave them into the design of an eternal fabric. Each day points to eternity. The fate of all time depends upon a single moment. Micha Mocha, page 240.
Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, Yorah tehilloto sefer lech, Yorah tehilloto sefer lech. Shira chadasha shibchu geulim, v'shimcha al sfatayam, yachad kulam hodu, v'himlichu v'yameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. So Yisrael, kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, ufedechinu mecha Yehuda have Yisrael, go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, kedosh Yisrael, baruch at Adonai, Gaal Yisrael.
Amen. We continue with the Amidah, with the central prayer of the service on page 242. Page 242. We will chant out loud together through page 248, and then silently in the Hebrew or English, or if those words don't speak to you, of course, pray the words of your heart, whether out loud or quietly to yourself. It doesn't really matter as much with us in different spaces, whether you're praying that out loud or in your internal voice. When you are done with your prayer, please be seated. But for now, if you're able, please rise. Page 242.
Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהייך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גואלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Page 250. 250.
ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת מקדשי שבי שבת כולם יספרו ויתענגו מטובך שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת והשביעי רצית בו וקידשת שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת זכר למעשה וראשית שבת זכר למעשה וראשית שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We can still have joy in Shabbat, and that's so awesome. I always read, I think you know this, I always read in the Amidah the Modim fully through.
Yeah.
And I decided to read the English this time, and it struck me one of the pieces for human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending separation. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's good to be together as one
Yeah, that's very nice.
and find that joy.
You know, I want to also highlight for us before Cantor Hayut chants some Torah. You've noticed, and I've written about this at least once before, that during the Amidah, Cantor Hayut and I say different things in the second blessing. So on page 246, Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye, Cantor Hayut says Hakol, and I say Metim. It's in the parentheses there, or the brackets, excuse me, that Meitim is an option. It has been now for a number of years, having Mishkan Tefillah. Of course, that's how the prayer was first written, Mechaye Meitim. And then our reformers, Reformed Judaism, made the change to Mechaye Hakol because they were uncomfortable with the idea of God raising people from the dead. That's what Meitim means, the dead, so giving life to the dead. But of course, just like, at least for me, just like everything else in this prayer is symbolic, just like, we call God Rofeh Cholim, God the healer of the sick. Does God come in and heal us? I don't really think of God that way, that God is going to fix my body and get me out of the hospital if I'm ever there. That's not really how I think of God. For me, that's a symbolic idea. That is a metaphor for the way we think of God. And so too, the idea of Mechaye Meitim, of God giving life to the dead. And in particular, not that we are dead right now in this social distancing. I don't want to suggest that, but I will suggest that a part of us is maybe in hibernation. A part of us is being separated from other people like this, is not quite fully alive. And it will come back. It will come back. We count on it coming back. And so now I add another reason to say Mechaye Meitim, God who gives life to the dead. Because while I know that there's a part of me in hibernation right now, a part of me that is distant, a part of me that cannot fully be my full self, the full embodiment of who I am, I imagine that's true for all of us. We know that when this is over, breath will be blown into that part of who we are once again. And we will be more fully ourselves, coming out of this social distancing and embracing each other. I hope soon.
Yeah.
So I encourage you. I grew up saying Mechaye Hakol because I grew up in the Reform movement, and that's what we said. And then I started thinking differently about this prayer, especially once Mishkan Tefillah gave us the option of using the traditional language and thinking about the symbolic meaning of Mechaye Meitim. And for me, it felt very relevant. And it feels even more relevant now. So, Cantor Hayut, we're going to chant some Torah?
Yes, of course.
All right, where are we chanting from?
So we are now chanting from chapter 8, 3 verses in the middle, verses 10 through 12. 10 through 13. This is part of the ordination ceremony. So the translation of these verses are: Moses took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and all that was in it, thus consecrating them. He sprinkled some of it on the altar 7 times, anointing the altar, all its utensils, and the laver with its stand, to consecrate them. He poured some of the anointing oil upon Aaron's head and anointed him to consecrate him. Moses then brought Aaron's sons forward, clothed them in tunics, girded them with sashes, and wound turbans upon them, as the Eternal had commanded Moses.
ויקח משה את שמן המשחה וימשך את המשכן ואת כל אשר בו, ויקדש אותם, ויעז ממנו על המזבח 7 פעמים, וימשך את המזבח ואת כל כליו, ואת הקיר, ואת קנו לקדשם, ויצוק משמן המשחה על ראש אהרון, וימשך אותו לקדשו, ויקרב משה את בני אהרון, וילבישם כותונות, ויחגור אותם אבנית, ויחבוש להם מגבעות, כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה.
We continue on page 371. Page 371, our prayer for healing. I am going to unmute everybody. If you would like, so everybody is unmuted now, unless for some reason I can't unmute you. If you'd like to share a name of a loved one or somebody you're thinking about who is in need of healing, you can do that now. If you'd like to share a name, anybody? Okay, I'm going to mute everybody once again. Aaron Scott. Lauren Orzak. And our list for healing from our congregation. We're mindful of Debbie Pisserak, Joanne Blunberg, Valentina Volson, Hillary Hanwerger, Bridget Ford, Joel Berger, Margaret Leslie, Sydney Usum, Barry Hopkins, Buddy Tepper, Carol Morgan, Dick Jordanson, Melissa Dorfman, Steve Conway, Milton Child, Sherilyn Ford, Robert Morgan, Shmuel Natan Ben Avra Yaakova, Jennifer Kinser, Harold Schumacher, Valerie Carey, Sharon Israel, Sima Kroll, Debbie Weiner, Dahlia Bat Natan Vilea, Bobby Lewis, Nicole Levine, Lance Mermel, Rachel Mermel, Judy Silverman, Karen Stairs, and Miwa Lewis.
To make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
You know, this week is the Shabbat is Shabbat Hagadol. This is the week traditionally. You know, rabbis traditionally did not give sermons every week. This is the week, though, that the rabbi is supposed to give a 45 to an hour-long sermon, preparing you all for Passover. So,
Should I go sit now then?
yeah, you should sit down. Trina, I saw you had some bread there. That's a big no-no in the coming days. Just to you know, if you didn't know that already, point that out. So I'm not going to do that. But I thought I would at least tell you that that's what the tradition is. And I'm not really going to give a sermon at all, so you don't have to sit down. You don't have to sit down, Cantor Ayut, but I am going to be sending out an email in the next day or two about selling your chametz. There is a tradition of selling your chametz. You should collect all of your chametz that you have that you don't want to throw out, and you can basically lock it away. And then the email that I'll send you will have like a contract, and you're gonna basically make me your representative, and I'm gonna sell it to my neighbor. All of the chametz from anybody who wants to sell it for $1. I'm gonna sell it all to my neighbor, who's not gonna come and collect it from your house. Don't worry. And at the end of Passover, they're gonna sell it back to me, and then, of course, as your representative, it's now yours again. That is the legal, the halachic, I should say, the halachic workaround for not having to throw out a bunch of food that, you know, is still good to eat. That you can lock your chametz away and basically say, I don't own this any longer, and actually sell it to another person who's not going to collect it, but it belongs to them legally. It belongs to them, and then they'll sell it back to you at the end of Passover. That's how it works, and especially given our circumstances now, I thought it'd be good to do that this year. So be on the lookout for that email if you are interested in doing that. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
I love that. I'm glad that you shared that information with everyone.
Yeah. Page 586, 586, if you're able, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Marcy Brower, Raz Mermel, James Blammel, David Zeff, Barry Zweig, Michael Lavin, and Corinne Zabo. Our yahrzeits this week are for Gerald Barga, Geers Tzvi Block, Benjamin Califf, Rose Krug, Mary Jo Crow, Daniel Darnell, Pearl Dietz, Joseph Dominic, Harold Edelson, Howard Fink, Florence Goodrich, Lloyd Greenbaum, Jane Greenbaum, Henry Greenbaum, Nicholas Jupin, Robert Kaplan, Jeffrey Clivens, Lois Levy, Harry Liebling, Florence Markle, Patricia Maddox, David Mayerstein, Nora McGuire, Ray Mike, Matilda Miller, Leo Newpole, Sylvia Reitman, Juliet Rubin, Max Rubin, Franklin Sidlow, Stella Siegel, Zelma Smith, Sydney Sauce, Robert Spiegel, Paulina Spivak, Josephine Tramer, Helen Warrat, Harriet Wolfson, and Ruth Zitomer. If there are other names to add to our list for mourning, please do so as I unmute all of us. Anybody have a name to add to our list for mourning?
Fred Shaman and Stan Beltzman and Anna Pinchot.
Thank you. Anybody else? For all of those mentioned, for all of those who go unmentioned, and for all of those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we rise, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'v'chayei tochol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivrach le'alam u'lamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimru amen.
Zichronam livracha. May their memories be forever a blessing.
Amen.
So tonight, join me and my family at 7:30 for Havdalah in our living room. You can, by the way, if you have a Havdalah candle and spice, I mean, you probably have spices in your spice cabinet. Get some cloves or some cinnamon or whatever sort of fragrant spice you like, and some wine or grape juice or anything. You can actually make kiddush over, the rabbis tell us, over anything except water. You're not supposed to make kiddush over water. So join us for Havdalah at 7:30, and then all next week again for all of the things that we're doing. And as I mentioned last night, we're going to try to set up a lunchtime, just Zoom meeting so people can talk to each other. So look for that. And we're continuing to brainstorm ideas. And if you have ideas of things we should be doing, please send them our way. I thought last night, I sort of sang really quickly the blessing for washing your hands that I've been doing every morning in our song session at 8:30 in the morning, which you can absolutely join us for on Facebook. I live stream that just through Facebook. I thought I'd teach that to everybody.
I think it's a great idea.
This was written by the music, of course, was written by a songwriter named Ari Kaplan. He was the songwriter at the Wilshire Boulevard Temple Camps in Malibu, California, for a few years, when my wife Sarah was the associate director there. And this was written during the swine flu epidemic, right? And so, to get the kids to wash their hands, they were using this song and prayer, and they would have Purell on all of the tables, and they would have all the kids put Purell on their hands, and then they'd say this blessing. But it is the traditional blessing for washing your hands, the ritual washing of your hands before you eat. Al netilat yadayim. So it goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu anatilat yadayim. Wash your hands! And you have to yell that part. You got to yell that part, people. Okay? Just to be clear, that part must be screamed. At least at camp. Okay? I see some heads nodding. Good. I'm glad you understand. Okay. So here we go. So I'll break it up for us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Do that. Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Listen. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav. Just do that.
Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav
v'tzivanu anatilat yadayim. Just do that.
v'tzivanu anatilat yadayim.
Wash your hands. That part you don't really need to work on. I'm sure you can do that. Do it with me.
We want to hear you.
Wash your hands. That's the whole thing from the top.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu anatilat yadayim. Wash your hands.
One more time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu anatilat yadayim. Wash your hands.
So do it, people. Now you got to do it.
And if you sing that twice, that's about 20 seconds.
Absolutely. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Shabbat shalom. It was really great being with you.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Read through some comments, though. Let's see. Okay, sure.